Lockdown day 500. I don't know. Okay, so we're losing our minds and losing track of time because one day just rolls into another. And there's this weird sense of timelessness. I guess for people who are still working at home like Jordan, it has more structure. But for us, I don't know when school's going to start again. I don't know when your studies are going to resume. And it just feels like no structure, endless timelessness.
Yep.
And we could actually live in our pajamas all day and it wouldn't even matter.
So he's looking fancy.
I know, mine too, right? Yeah. So.
There we go. Good
cheers.
Boy. Hey.
Cheers. I need some structure. And I need it soon. Okay. I'm going to go and do my hair now. Put on day clothes.
Okay, let me pause this.
Okay, that feels a bit better. Okay, so yesterday we didn't do a vlog because we ran out of time in the evening. Lukey, what are you chewing, boy? Oh no, hold on a second. Anyway, so yesterday we didn't do a vlog because we ended up running out of time. The plan was we started a new series, so to watch a bit of that, but then we're going to vlog afterwards. And then we ended up watching, there was a press briefing by our health minister,
Professor Salim Abdul Karim.
Yeah, and Dr. McKeezy. And it was a very interesting discussion, and we learnt a lot. A lot of the things that we thought we knew were in fact incorrect. So now our minds have been opened in a few different directions. For example, the fact that temperature doesn't affect the virus. We thought, because we're in summer, we're okay.
Well, certain temperatures do, but just not the temperatures we thought.
Yeah. So we thought, if the weather is like above 25 we'd be okay. But he kind of pointed out an obvious thing that we should have worked out is that this virus survives in your body, and your body temperature is 37. So obviously above 25, it's not going to just die.
Yeah,
that was like a duh kind of moment.
Yeah, I know.
And then, and then also the whole discussion as to whether people who've had a BCG are immunized against COVID-19, and that's also proven. I mean, that was just a hypothesis, but he blew that one out of the water. And what was the other one? Oh, that it's mostly old people that die of it. That was also blown out the water by him. And then I think kind of the government strategy he explained quite well.
Yeah, and it's all very much out in the open now. And we will show you a few slides. But the one slide I want to talk about is how they have worked out whether to continue with lockdown, but with reduced restrictions, or as a third measure, extend lockdown, but with extremely reduced sort of restrictions. Yeah. And there's certain R naughts, which is the reproduction rate of the virus and how it spreads between hosts, and the amount infected every day. And this has a 2-week backlog, as they'll explain in that slide. But it's very interesting to see that government has not yet even thought of completely removing lockdown. So there's no option to end the lockdown. It's just to extend it, just with various levels of restriction. I was also under the misconception or the misunderstanding that the lockdown was meant to flatten the curve now.
Yeah.
Throughout these 3 or 5 weeks, or whatever it took them to, allow the hospitals to deal with it now. And it looks like that was never government's plan, and I'm glad that they've now disclosed that, because hospitals were saying things like, we're ready, we're prepped, but it's emptier. So they don't think, and they never did think, that we were going to hit the curve now. The exponential growth or explosion of the virus with infection rates, they believe, is going to happen in September at some point. And all that this did was slow it down by a week or two, or delay time so they could prepare.
See, now that is not something that we understood at first. No. And even when lockdown was extended, we were still thinking, good, this is flattening the curve. Because that's kind of how the publicity went, hey? Stay at home, flatten the curve. And now we find out it's stay at home, delay, or flatten the curve for now, delay the onset of what's inevitable.
Mm.
And it's quite scary that they're talking September. I mean, it's a long time away. So
Yeah.
to go out between now and when lockdown's over and when this is going to peak, it's scary. I'm
Yeah.
very scared of that. I mean, at some point we have to get back into society and back into jobs, and I don't know that we'll ever shop normally again. But at some point we have to do that, and yeah, it's a scary scenario that we.
Yeah, life's just changed.
Yeah, and that article that you sent me earlier about percentage.
Yeah, the article, it was on, it was a MoneyWeb article, which just first of all shocked me because it's a financial forum that I look at. Anyway, and it was called The Elephant, you know. So, like, you think it's a story about elephants, but anyway, they talk about an elephant in the room, and that's the mortality rate of COVID-19. They took the amount infected minus divided by, you know, the amount that have died. And there was another equation in there. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it had something to do with, because you're looking at a few days back, you know, and anyway, and it turns out that about 20%, there's a 21% chance that this virus will kill you, which is obviously a shocking number. A 1 in 5 chance of death is Russian roulette. It's very scary, and it's really sort of upped the fear levels.
So now you know why I'm so over the top when you go off to the pharmacy or the shop.
Well, isn't that what I said after
you said, now I appreciate.
I was like, okay, fine.
You can beat that over the top.
We can do that thing from now on. But I comply.
No, you do comply. You just think I'm a little bit crazy, but
no. I'm just.
It's just how foundation phase teachers have always survived.
I'm just lazy. So or when I've been in the car for like today, I had quite a long trip, and I get out the car. It's like, I just want to go chill on the couch or whatever. And now I've got to get undressed, jump into a shower, put all my clothes into the laundry immediately. Anything that I have gets jicked and bleached.
And that's how we stay safe. Actually, Justin had to go through on the freeway today, and he was saying how
it was awesome.
Weird it is. Oh, yeah, awesome, but also weird. And he said, I must one of these trips to the pharmacy, or one of these trips that we have to do, because we've obviously avoided. We've done as much shopping as we could and as much online, but sometimes like to go and fetch a script and go and get chronic meds, you have to go out. And he said one of these trips I should actually do just for the experience of it, to go out there and feel how weird it is out there where it's just empty.
Especially down, not in suburbia here, but if you go sort of, to central Durbanville or even on the highway. I was going towards Cape Town, and I went down the Okavango off-ramp, and so between the R300 off-ramp and the Tiger Valley, it was just dead. So that was an experience.
And in a shop, you said, like at Clicks, they have a perfect screen up between the cashier and or the pharmacist and the client, and then
they have like red tape lines. They've obviously measured out 1.5 meters, because that's the social distancing. So you're talking to the dispenser, and there's like a meter away, and then there's perspex screen. So if you hand them something, you gotta bend over. It's awkward, and you all put your head back. You're like, out of courtesy.
Even though were they wearing masks?
No, they had some of them were, but most of them actually had them down here. They've taken them off.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't.
But it's behind a person. If they're behind a screen, there's no way any droplets from you can reach them, or from them can reach you. So
unless you like go under it and cough at them,
which is just a bit mean.
Yeah, probably not the kindest.
No. So one of these trips, if lockdown carries on for long enough that we need a refresher of any of our scripts, I'm going to go and do it and feel how weird this post-apocalyptic world is. It feels like a movie set.
At the pharmacy, they only allow 5 people in at once as well. It's quite a big pharmacy, Okavango.
Yeah.
So it's like, you wait, and then you it feels like you're going to go into something that's congested because there's a queue to go in, and you go in and it's like bliss.
And in the queue, are
You're the
people
only
standing
person.
apart from each other?
Yeah. Well, they've done it very smartly. So with 5 people, you never have to be like in the same even row as each other.
No, I mean
in
when
the
you're
queue.
waiting outside. The people
Oh yeah,
waiting
no,
outside
we're all
the shop.
distance.
Yeah.
We're all distant
Oh.
from each other. Yeah, naturally, people have become more, conscientious of that fact. No.
The new normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people distance. People have weird and wonderful masks.
I can imagine.
Yeah, some interesting renditions.
Okay,
of
yours
masks,
at least
I think.
looked normal.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did.
But I suppose as long as it's covering all the important bits,
Mm.
it can even be a sanitary towel like we saw. If it covers it, it covers it. Ah, dear.
Well, that
Anyway.
lady that took the hairband and the file,
Oh,
the
yes,
full
one of
sleeve.
those plastic sleeves.
plastic sleeves,
Yeah.
and took a headband and stuck it over and created this like, it's like, oh my goodness.
Well, if you've got to go out and that's all you've got, then you do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
rather
boy.
that than a 1 in 5 chance of
Exactly.
being toast.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I had a small WhatsApp chat with the kids yesterday. I didn't know, but you could do. We didn't need Zoom. You can do a WhatsApp video call like 3 ways, 4 ways apparently. So it was nice to chat to them, find out that they're okay. Jordan, I think, is working hard. Casey also started some assignments and stuff. So it was nice just to see their faces. I miss them. I'd love to be with them in person. But for now, I think we'll just all stay safe in our homes. And that's the best option for now.
Yeah, so thank you for listening to us ramble on about nothing.
No, it's not
And-
nothing. It's life and death.
Yeah,
Russian roulette.